had Jamie Mullarkey versus Michael Johnson.
This was I knew going into this was going to be fight of the night, and
we talked about it. We called it out last week.
And here comes your boy, a little salty on this one.
Salty Will.
It may or may not be because I picked Michael Johnson in this fight, but Michael Johnson rounds 1 and 3. I don't understand how you don't give him those 2 rounds. It's crazy to me. Great fight.
Hey,
fight of the night.
I picked Mullarkey, so I'm coming from another angle, Will. Hey, he dropped Michael Johnson that first round too.
But whose knockdown was worse?
I don't know.
I don't know. You'd have to ask them.
You'd have to ask the judges who they thought.
They clearly thought Mullarkey.
Now, I will say this, though. Recency bias, the last knockdown on that first round was from Mullarkey.
That's true.
So the round ended with the last thought of Mullarkey clipping Johnson, dropping him, right? And Johnson being a little wobbly. Now, I think that they both did a great job with recovery that first round.
Yeah, which is more impressive for Johnson at this point in his career. Because we've seen him get finished. He looks great. His hand speed. His hand speed is insane.
Great. And the power's still there.
His career, he has looked fantastic. He's one of those guys that he looks so good until all of a sudden he loses. You know what I mean? Like so many times he has somebody hurt and he's going for the finish, they survive, and then all of a sudden he gets clipped or subbed. And it's like, fuck, man, he is so good.
Look,
and sometimes the outcome doesn't show it. No, it's not.
It's not the best. But he's fought Clay Guida, Thiago Moises.
He beat Dustin Poirier.
Darren Elkins, Justin Gaethje, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Dustin Poirier. Oh, dude, he beat the GOAT, Artem Lobov.
Yeah.
Edson Barbosa. Dude, the who's who, man. Joe Lozon.
I mean, the guy has wins over Dustin Poirier and Tony Ferguson. Yeah.
Get out of here. This guy's been fighting forever at such a high level, man. And for him to still have this hand speed,
is crazy, man.
And, for a while there, the question was like, does he want to continue doing this? Like after the Gaethje fight, and everything, he looked really good in his last fight, though. And he said that fire was lit again. And that's why he came back against Alan Patrick. But he looked like he still has that fire in him against Jamie Mullarkey, man.
Dude, they were cracking each other. He was smiling. Shout out Cayman Combat Club. Said this was a crazy fight, man. I loved it. Yeah, this was by far.
Combat Club. I like that. I'm going to have to check out that page later.
Yeah. This was definitely fight of the night. But, yeah, that first round, I thought Johnson, the strikes were damn near even. More leg kicks for Mullarkey, more body shots for Johnson. How does that weigh? That's personal opinion, right? But dude, the Johnson knockdown was like a 4-punch combo, and that uppercut that he snuck in an angle that you never see someone get hit. And he dropped hard. So that's my bias. Second round, all Mullarkey, right? Mullarkey looked fantastic in that second round. He was landing that switch high kick. He would switch stances to throw the high kick, and I don't know how Johnson was just eating him. He got head kicked like 3 or 4 times where it was just flush, and he was just kind of like, "Oh, okay." And then we're back, and then the third round was all Michael Johnson. What a fucking fight! Where round 3 goes to one guy, 2 goes to the other one, and then round 1 they both dropped each other. Where you're just like, "What a fucking fight, man!"
Yeah, I mean, not just that, but again, I'm pointing out the recovery because I'm trying to think of a few other lightweights that might be able to take those shots and recover as quickly as they did.
Yeah.
People take shots and recover.
100%.
Dude, Mullarkey, like if you would have tuned in right after that, you would have been like, "Oh, nothing happened to this guy." Same thing with Michael Johnson. You would have tuned in the beginning of the second round, you'd been like, "Oh, okay, cool. These guys are fresh."
They had a first round already. Yeah. I wonder what happened.
Dude,
probably feeling out process.
And I know in hindsight, this probably should have been the co-main event too. But even then, last week when we were previewing this week, we said this is going to be a banger.
Yeah,
this is going to be a banger. So,
yeah, 100%. And I hope I don't think they will, but I hope I don't know what contract Michael Johnson's on, but I hope he still sticks around because the guy is always entertaining, win or lose. And And
Is it 20 and
Mullarkey,
18 right now?
I
Yeah.
think he's 20 and 18. Not the best record. Mullarkey
But
gets a
but but
win.
if you were to get a win for having an exciting fight, he'd be 38 and 0.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, except for that Khabib fight.
Let's not talk about that one. Hey, but even that was exciting
It was
because
exciting because Khabib talking shit while smashing him.
yes, it was because it was a huge eye opener for a lot of fans out there. Where we're like, okay,
True.
we know Habib, and people would have liked for him to fight harder competition from the very beginning, and he had that slow rise, which is why he
Yeah.
didn't have that many title defenses because he did have a slow rise getting there. And Michael
Mhm.
Johnson was one of those leaps for
Yeah,
Habib,
true.
one of his first leaps in competition, where
That's
after
true.
watching that fight, you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this Habib guy is no joke. Because Michael
True.
Johnson's a very formidable opponent, and he
Oh
was
yeah.
smashing and talking to him. You
Yeah.
must quit. I
Yeah.
need
It's
to
my
be
time.
champion. You know
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. It was also
HOB come here and say that's a terrible impression too. You know.
yeah. Well, it's also it's the first fight where Joe Rogan like super hyped a moment out of proportion, where everyone's like, "Yeah, but all of Habib's next fights like, yeah, but Michael Johnson hurt him." It's like, no, Michael Johnson did not hurt him. He landed a
He caught him
combo, but
once. He caught him once flush, but
yeah, but
I don't know if it was hurt.
Joe made it seem like he was like wobbly and like rocked, but Habib kind of always had that head bobbing thing.
Ooh,
Yeah, Bobby Green versus Michael Johnson. They fought
Bobby
before,
Green versus
right?
Michael
Have
Johnson.
they not fought
Did they?
before?
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I mean, at 20 and 18, I feel like Michael Johnson's fought the entire roster at lightweight already.
Yeah,
But I
they
don't
have
think they have.
not.
I don't see it.
Yeah, they have not. That's a great
Oh, that'd be
fight. I
such a
think
fun fight.
Bobby Green was supposed to just fight, and he just pulled out. Right? Forgot who he was supposed to fight recently. But yeah, maybe you make that fight. The only problem with that though is Bobby's like right outside the top 15 right now, so I don't know if he takes that fight. But it would be fantastic.
I'm gonna raise my hand on this one and
Yeah.
say, as fun as that fight sounds like, I could picture Bobby Green coming in with his hands low, and then Michael Johnson throwing combos and Bobby Green
One,
rolling with the
two.
punches and responding with a couple, shots of him. It would be such a fun fight, but I don't want either of those guys to lose. So
I
let's
know.
not can we give Michael Johnson
A contender
somebody?
series person?
Yeah,
Like someone
because I
coming
don't
right
want
off the
Michael
contender
Johnson
series?
to lose to Bobby Green, and then he says, you know what, fuck this, I'm retiring. And then
I
I don't
know.
want Bobby Green to lose to Michael Johnson, but like, man, he was at the cusp of breaking into the top 15, and now he's not. Like,
Yeah.
too much at stake.
Too much at
Too much
stake.
at stake with that fight for fans, not for me.
Yeah. But I would love to watch.
But I would love to watch it. Oh
Yeah.
man, the struggles of being an
What a
MMA
fight though.
fan
Mullarkey brings it every single time, man. At some
every
point,
freaking time.
like this dude is a fucking dog. And that dude needs to get some respect. I think he has it from a lot of fans and stuff, but it doesn't seem like the UFC really knows what they have with him for some reason.
Look, he's lost to Jalen Turner. We see what's
Okay.
going on with Jalen Turner right now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
He was incredible.
But he's beat Devontae Smith, Kama Worthy, Michael Johnson. Dude, let's get him somebody up there.
Yeah, and maybe let's not give him a guy who's also gonna like beat his brains out too. Like the dude doesn't need to be in a war every single fight. Like we know that doesn't last long. You
His
know?
post-fight interview though, he's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just so much fun. It's just so
Yeah.
much fun. Oh man, he's always going to be an exciting fight. It's just in his DNA. He's one of
Yeah.
those guys that even if you put him up against a wrestler, he's going to get cracked once and he's going to start going wild.
Yeah. Dude, the last like 15 seconds of this fight
Ooh,
where I thought
amazing.
for sure Mullarkey's jaw was broken or something because his jaw was like hanging and it was just covered in blood and they're just
The
swinging.
mouthpiece is
Michael
just like
Johnson.
dangling around.
Yeah, and Michael Johnson goes to war too real quick, and I was like, no, don't do that because you're up right now. You don't need
He
to
caught him
finish.
clean. He caught him
Yeah, I
clean
know.
in the last like 5 seconds.
He did. I mean, he dude, the last 2 minutes of this fight, Michael Johnson was touching him up with the jab, with the two behind it. I mean, he looked so good, but wasn't enough.
Wasn't enough, he says. It was enough
For
for us
me,
fans.
for me, yes.
Hey everybody, Romero and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Goes a long way. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.